Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala Rasulil Kareem. This lecture is about the topic that does Islam provide us with any guidance regarding modern subjects like economics, macroeconomics, micro, monetary economics, econometrics. From the textbooks we read, it seems that the answer is no. And the textbooks never make mention of any concepts from Islam, so we get the idea that this is not true. Even Islamic economists do not have any objections to conventional economics, and a common formula is that Islamic economics is the same as capitalist economics, but you have to add zakat and subtract interest. As far as modern capitalist economics are concerned, they just laugh at Islamic economics as being a ridiculous idea. And the ulama, they have created a partition between worldly knowledge and religious knowledge, and this field, economics, is supposed to be worldly knowledge, so they are not. So this is not covered by their teachings. So again, this is there is a idea that economics, Islam has nothing to do with economics, but this is very surprising because Islam obviously gives us guidance in all dimensions of life. Laplace, who was a famous French mathematician, wrote a book about the mathematics of planetary movement, and he presented to the emperor of the time, Napoleon. Napoleon asked him why he did not mention God in this book, and Laplace said that, "Sir, I have no need of that hypothesis." So the point is that if you read a lot of books which make no mention of God, which make no mention of Islam, then it seems that we can do economics without any mention of God. We can do modern economics does not require any input from Islamic sources. But this is not true. Islam does in fact provide us with very deep guidance about how to run our economics. The fundamental concepts on which knowledge is built today, and this is called secular knowledge, these fundamental concepts are wrong. Laplace was wrong about the stars and the planets. To explain the existence of the planets and to explain the smooth and wonderful system, it requires a creator. Today, Islam still provides us with the deep insights into economics which are not available even to PhD economics from Harvard and not available to Nobel Prize winners today. And this creates a great opportunity for us because we can introduce these ideas to the world which needs them today, just like it needed revolution 14 centuries ago. So to understand why today we do not use religious concepts in economics, we have to look at how the Europeans created this subject. So this is a long and complicated story for which we don't have time in this lecture, but very briefly, the Europeans rejected their own religion, Catholicism and Christianity, for three big reasons. One was that the leaders of the religious church, the Catholic popes and the religious authorities, they acted they had a lot of power and they used this to enjoy luxury, to do corrupt acts, and to actually openly engage in sins. And this was very harmful to the faith of the poor. And it caused some of the Christians to break away and create this Protestant faction. And then there were constant fights. So the public became wary that religion only leads to fighting. And the third major reason was that Christianity was a religion of austerity, of monasticism. They said that you don't have marriage, you don't have any wealth. So it was so idealistic that no one could actually follow it. And so the gap between what the leaders were actually doing and what they were saying was so huge that the people rejected religion as completely impracticable. So this rejection of religion led to the need for the creation of a type of knowledge which would tell us what is good, what is bad, how we should behave, because all of these questions were answered by religion. But now that you don't have religion, you don't believe in religion, then you need to have some other way to find out about these ideas. So the first uh, subject which was secularized was politics. And this was, in politics, the major um, innovation, the major new idea which came from the secular thinking was that instead of thinking of the whole group as one body, united in common purpose, uh, it was necessary to find ways to have different groups with different ideas live together without fighting. So this had a very interesting side effect. These two concepts, freedom and wealth, both of these are means to ends. They are not goals of living at all. I want freedom only because I want to be free to be able to do what I want to do, or to be able to do something which is good. Similarly, wealth is not desirable for itself, but for what I can purchase with it. But when different groups have different goals, then you cannot get agreement on goals. And so you can only agree that, okay, let everyone be free to follow whatever path they want to their own goal, and let everyone have the wealth that they need in order to pursue their goals. So these two things, which are intermediate goods, which are not final goods, they gradually became final. So that people say that, okay, freedom by itself is desirable, wealth by itself is desirable, even though this is not true. And so today the effect of this is that people spend all their lives gathering wealth, and then they say, okay, now it's time to enjoy, but the life is already past. They cannot enjoy. So the Prophet ﷺ said that insan says, my wealth, but his wealth is only that which he uses up. The rest is the wealth which belongs to the inheritors. So the secularization of economics was also of great importance, because economics started out as a branch of moral philosophy. Adam Smith was a professor of moral philosophy, and he wrote a book on theory of morals. And actually, economics cannot be separated from morality, because everything we do, morality is involved. Should I charge a high price? Should I charge a low price? If there's a valuable medicine, should it be made freely available? How much responsibility do we have towards the hungry people? And so on. So nearly all questions that we have in economics are moral questions. But the moral questions were answered by religion, and the Christians, actually Europeans, did not have a religion anymore, so they had to develop some other way to answer these questions. So this was a paradox. On the one hand, for all economic theory, you need morality. On the other hand, the Europeans could not use morality. So this paradox was resolved by hiding moral judgments. So economics is full of morality and moral judgments, but these are not explicitly stated. They are hidden in the framework, and there it is made to seem as if there is no moral judgments, that it is a positive theory. So today, the whole body of knowledge known as social science was invented in order to create a common ground between different religions which were dominant in Europe. And there was the illusion that was created that this is objective knowledge, which is based solely on facts and reason. It doesn't have any morality, it doesn't have any religion behind it. In fact, this secular modernity, this itself is a new religion. And this religion provides guidance on all dimensions of human existence, like economics, society, community, politics. And this religion was created in the West with the name of social science. And it was said about this that this is science, this is objective, this is factual, this has no moral judgments. But this is false. This was a deception, and unfortunately this deceived not only themselves, but they deceived the Muslims, so that Muslims have today largely accepted these claims that yes, economics, politics, political science, etc., these are all scientific, factual, so we have to accept them because they are objective parts of human knowledge, when in fact this is a new religion, and this religion is very harmful and damaging. So in the next part we will see how this religion was created.